one of my favorite impressions was Peter Falk as Columbo. And,
oh my God.
he
Love
always
Columbo.
had that false, if he was here right now, he'd say, I don't want to bother anybody, but, is this Patrick? Yes. Am I bothering you? My wife actually listens to your podcast. My wife thinks you're the greatest. I'm awfully sorry. I gotta go. Am I bothering you?
Oh my God, Sonny. That's
Isn't that fun?
That's so spot on. I mean, that's unbelievable. Wow. Holy cow. I love Columbo too.
I know. Yeah. He was just a great character.
Great character. Love him as just Peter Falk as an actor too. Other stuff he's
done,
right?
Yeah. No, he was brilliant. He was just brilliant. Yeah.
Brilliant.
And you mentioned George Burns, another one of my favorites. George Burns was in a restaurant. A friend of mine told me this. He said that he belonged to a club. My friend did, a club called the Centurion Club, and they would everybody in the club would be looking out for people who were 100 years old to come and speak to them about life. And these guys were all in their 30s and 40s. And so one day he was at a restaurant in Beverly Hills, and he sees George Burns, and he goes, "Oh my God, I can't believe I can get George Burns to talk to our group." So George Burns gets up to go to the bathroom. So he's waiting outside the restaurant in the men's room, and George Burns comes out and he says, "Mr. Burns, I belong." He's talking a mile a minute. He says, "And I'd love you to be on our show. We have some centurions that they speak of." And so George Burns looking at us and says, "I'm 99," and he walks off.
Oh man, that poor guy. That poor guy gave that whole speech, right?
Right. Exactly.
Oh my God. Oh, that is too funny. Well, that's a spot on impression there too. Do you work on so you learned when you're 11 to do the voices? So I'm assuming you've just practiced it, right? You've got it like a muscle.
Yeah, and it's the key. There's two things. There's two parts of an impression. For instance, with Columbo, or let's do Bugs Bunny, and you can try this at home, but maybe not in front of your wife. But with Bugs Bunny, there's two things. One is the accent, the attitude, and the other one is the key, and the key is what the pitch is. In fact, it's so funny. Mel Blanc told me that the way he got Bugs Bunny was quite by accident. He lived in LA. They wanted him to do this voice of this rabbit with an attitude. That's all they said. And they flew him out to New York to do a session. So he goes up there and he doesn't have a clue what he's going to make him sound like, but he just knows it's going to be something that's going to have some kind of a character that'll kind of jump out at you. He gets in the cab from the hotel room, and the cab driver says, "What to, Mac?" And the cab driver keeps talking about the Dodgers and all these different things, and he kept saying, "Hey, Doc, what hotel are you at? What are we going? What's the studio?" And so he kept the guy talking. And see, when you do impressions, you're literally have a recorder inside you, and so we hear all these different voices, and we hear an accent, and we hear something that's, oh my gosh, that's great. It's almost like you're adding them to your collection. So he gets to the session, and they show him the storyboard, and he says, "Oh, I see him with kind of like a Brooklyn accent, kind of like a, what's up, Doc?" And they loved it, and it was great. But he didn't tell them that he had ripped off this cab driver, just like a few minutes before.
That's an unbelievable story.
But to do Bugs Bunny, you start with, try this, okay? Okay. Try this.
All right, my turn. I do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I doing it?
That's good.
Is that better?
Now, without the just say, "What's up, Doc?" Like, have an attitude like, "What's up, Doc?" Just
What's
in your
up, Doc? What's up, Doc?
Now, Put the two together. What's up, Doc?
What's up, Doc?
I don't think I've ever had anybody go, "What's up? What's up, Doc?"
I'm bringing that modern flavor.
No, that's okay. Like... I have grown men come up to me afterwards and they go, "Hey, listen to this," and they do a cartoon voice, or they do, Elmer Fudd, or they do whatever. Or I had emails from women saying, all the way home in the car, all he would do was Mickey Mouse and different voices.
Oh man, I bet what's probably the biggest voice you get, you think? What do you think's the most common?
Well, besides Bono Duck, people like the different, when do you remember the show Fantasy Island?
Yeah,
with Ricardo Montalban and
Tattoo.
Harvey Villachez.
Yeah.
Boss, what's that lady over there?
Tattoo. In fact, there was an episode where I did the voice of Mr. Rourke, but he was Mr. Rocket, and the Jetsons went to Fantasy Planet, and then Tattoo was actually a two-headed little guy, and I did both the voice. I did one voice, and another gentleman did the other voice. But Tattoo said,
"Boss, look at that! What's that lady over there?"
Tattoo, that is Jane Jetson.
Boss, I like the way her hair flips up in the back. She's pretty.
Oh my God. I love it, Sonny. That is so awesome.
Oh, thanks.
God, that is just so cool.
You're the perfect audience.
Oh my gosh. I love my job, man. Just like you, like the time I look at the time going, I got more time. I'm always trying to push it because I just love the conversations I get to have.
I bet
with people throughout the man. I just can't believe you got to work on the Jetsons. I used to watch the Jetsons so much growing up. I mean, it's just unreal.
I don't know if you remember, but back in the 70s, it was also one of the cop shows was called Beretta with Robert Blake.
Yeah, I remember Beretta. I watched repeats or whatever.
Sure. And remember Fred the Cockatoo? His little cockatoo?
Yeah.
Guess who was the voice of Fred the Cockatoo?
No way.
Yep.
What?
Hello. Beretta.
That is so awesome. Oh my gosh. Do people ask you to do voicemails for them? Like voicemail messages?
Oh, big time. And you know what? I love it. Like, people will say, I just, because Bono Duck just did a little video. He sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And this lady, she says, I just showed it to my son. He loves it. So I said, what's your son's name? And she told me, so Bono's going to record a little message to them,
Oh, man.
And that's, that's what it's all about. It's that Paul McCartney. I'd be in a pub every night. And how great it is that we get to do what we do. I mean, I can imagine how many times you brought out a surprise dessert for somebody or done something that they didn't expect.
For sure.
The joy that you get when you see their look on their face, they go, oh my God, this is great.
Yeah.
That's why we do it.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a great analogy too, to put it that way. That's amazing.